version 2.9. And let me just move this away from my screen and wait for this to show up. Okay. Everybody can see that now. This is a little PowerPoint that we have created for version 2.9, and we have some exciting news about it. We are ready to go. We do have a good team testing things out right now and making sure that everything is as it should be, making sure there's no glitches in the system. So thank you everybody if you're on the testing team, and things and all the feedback and whatnot as well for the beta testers that we have. So things are looking great. Now, one thing I want to announce is the date for the launch of version 2.9, and the official launch date will be February the 19th, 2013. Okay, so the 18th is a holiday in some countries, and the 19th is the day at which we've chosen to be the official launch. So it's right prior to the UK tour. So while we're down there in the UK tour, there'll be a lot of training and be able to openly talk about the features and whatnot, because it would be live at that point. And when we're in the UK, we'll have a lot of discussion and overview of the presentations surrounding the features of 2.9. So let's go through 2.9 itself right now and some of the different features. One thing that we need to mention is that the reason behind 2.9. And one thing that we do is definitely listen. We take the feedback, appreciate the feedback globally, and we do listen, and we like to put in place some of the not only the features, but some of the an easier way that the system actually operates for explanation. So one of the reasons for 2.9 is to alleviate confusion, okay, and the other reason is to implement fairness in accordance with our business model. Okay, so I believe we have achieved this goal. Okay, so one component of the 2.9 is executive membership, and again, we're going to touch on this a little bit in terms of the grandfather clause, but we have again listened to the feedback that we got over the last couple of weeks, and again, for fairness, we have decided something on the grandfather clause, and that's going to be the next slide. Let me go through some of the items within the new executive membership package. I shouldn't call it package. It's actually a membership, a monthly membership fee for the new executive type. So we have standard at 15, premium at 100, and executive at 500 a month. So this is the different membership types. Okay, and in order to be on executive, you have to have at least a minimum of a black panel or a prestige panel. For those of you who missed the previous webinar, we have, based on the numerous survey questions that we have put out there, the numerous survey responses, everyone chose the new package, a new panel name to be called Prestige. Okay, so it's going to be a Prestige package as well as Prestige panel. So we moved away a little bit from the color coding. So we noticed that the other packages have names as well as a color associated. The actual color after black is just called Prestige, so it's actually a pattern. Okay, so the traffic pack, so okay, there's two things. For people who are new or do not have 10 traffic packs as yet, if you'd like to have 10 or more, then you would be automatically on the executive membership. Okay, so 2 to 9 is for premium, 10 or more is for executive. The advertising coordinator opt-in ability, yes, it's available for all. Traffic boosters, full price for standard, which is $8. Premium is 37.5% off, so $5, and executive you get at half price, which is $4. The actual BB prepaid card if you notice here, it's 20 calendar days from withdrawal date. And again, I know some people think, well, wait a minute, it's not 20 calendar days right now, it's maybe a little bit longer. These are the dates once we have everything completely smoothed out. We're going to be hitting these targets, and it will be exactly 20 days, 15, and 10 days respectively. And the $35, that's for your processing fee, is $35 across the board. One thing that we just actually started to ding the accounts for the $35 just last week or the week before, and there was a little bit of confusion there because some people thought that they had already paid the $35. That was never the case. We have never charged the $35 until just a couple weeks ago. So yes, you had the ability to use the card over the last couple of months without paying the actual fee. So it's a little bit of catch up. So we caught up for the actual fee of the actual processing and shipping of the card, and it's not an activation fee, people. This is for processing and shipping the actual card. There are costs associated with that, and that cost is $35. So that has been taking place now, and moving forward, that's going to be at the time of activation. That's when we know for a fact you have it in your hand, so that's when the processing and shipping fee will take place, okay, at the time of activation. Okay, the support phone fee, okay, so for standard members will be $7, and the reason for this fee, people, is not as a, don't confuse this with like a profit center for Banner's broker. What this fee is for is simply more of a deterrent. We want to make sure we have we provide good support, and we need to have a certain amount of calls coming in to provide that support. So we want to make sure that if you don't need the call, please submit a ticket or live chat. There's no cost for that. If you do need to call in, we want to make sure it is minimized to make sure that we're able to answer the phone in an expeditious fashion. So the $7 for standard, $5 for premium, and you're allowed one free call per week, because as of previously it was no charge for premium, but you're allowed one call a week, and $5 per call after that. And the executive, there's no price if you call into the VIP support line. So what that means is that you'll actually get a an actual line that's dedicated just to you, meaning for people who are on the executive membership. Okay, so, and we're actually pretty excited about that. We are ramped up, ready to go for the 19th of February. And we have the people standing by to take your call. Now, if for whatever reason, if you do not call the VIP line for whatever reason and try to call the regular line that is used for the other membership types, then there's a $25 fee for that. Okay, but that's, again, that's to push you in the direction of calling the line that's dedicated for you. And the business profile, which I'm pretty excited about. We'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end of this PowerPoint. Okay, let's just let's go back to the support line comparison. Now, just to clarify, there's two lines. There's a regular line and the VIP support line. So for standard members and I should be calling it affiliates. Sorry, standard affiliates, premium affiliates. Is not available for the VIP support line. It's only available for the executives. And again, it's $5 per question for standard. And you know what? Sorry guys, this slide is not actually accurate. It's $7 per question. Premium is $5 per question, and executive is $25 only if you call in the regular line. Okay, so let's go over to the grandfather clause. Okay, so what we decided, guys, is if you have 30 or more Traffic Pack subscriptions, then you automatically upgraded. And guys, this is from the feedback that you provided us. and this is how we made our decision. So if you have 30 or more, then you automatically be upgraded to the new executive membership type. Now, if you have between 10 and 29 traffic pack subscriptions, then the following 2 points apply to you. Okay, so if you have between 10 and 29, and if you add any additional subscriptions, then you automatically will become executive. Or if you have any pending withdrawal requests totaling or $10,000 from the calendar month starting in February, then you're automatically executive. Now keep in mind, guys, don't confuse this with anyone who has below 10. This is only if you have 10 to 29 traffic packs and you have a pending withdrawal request more than 10,000, then you'll be executive automatically, or if you add an additional traffic pack subscription. Does that make sense? And let's take a look at the questions, make sure this page makes sense before I move on. And we've got to this page simply from all the feedback that we've had, and make sure we came up with something that was fair for everybody. Okay. Okay. Okay, so a couple of questions here. Is that from the 19th or from now? Well, keep in mind that it goes live with the 19th, so that's where the calendar dates for subscriptions will be based on your registration date, so it could be any day of the week. And here's a question: when's the cutoff date for adding traffic packs? Again, you have based on the actual 19th of February. If you have 10 to 29, this is for you. And after, if you have over 30, then you automatically upgrade it to executive. Okay. Okay. What if we have over 30 traffic packs but don't have a black panel? Then you would need to be executive, but in order to be executive, you have to have a black panel. So it is a domino effect where you need to actually have a black panel to be executive, and because you have over 30. Okay. A standard member. I'm a standard affiliate and I have 14 traffic packs. What do I do? Okay, if you notice here that this grandfather clause is if you have 10 to 29. If you have 14, then you will stay at 14 and you can stay at standard for as long as you don't have number 1 or number 2 on this page. Okay, so if you add a 15th traffic pack, then you automatically executive. If you have pending withdrawals over 10,000 a calendar month, then you automatically executive. Okay. All right, so those are some good questions on this slide. Let's just move on here. Yeah, a couple more questions coming in, guys. Just want to clarify this. Yeah, it's true. You can't be a standard affiliate and have 14 traffic packs to begin with. So the question itself was a little bit bogus. If you're standard, if you have 14 traffic packs, you're automatically premium. So I guess the question was more so to be a premium account and 14 traffic packs. You can stay premium as long as you don't do 1 or 2 on this page here. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Okay. All right. So the new package and panel. The Prestige package will basically include everything black and below plus one Prestige panel, and it's a simple same mathematics times 3 for each panel and times 3 for the quantity of impressions that you get. And also keep in mind, guys, that for the Prestige, you could only have premium or executive membership types. And the new panel details are as follows. Okay, so if you want to just buy the panel, then it's 7,290, and you get over 1 million impressions with that. And the rest of the details are here, which again is the same math for the previous panels. Okay, so sales credit are the same as before, doesn't change. Okay, so basically put if someone that you referred has purchased a package or panel, then you are getting a sales credit for that. It takes 2 credits per panel to qualify. It's exactly the same as before. The traffic pack traffic, okay, so the traffic itself, again, it's the same, where it's $50 per, that gives you 100,000 hits. That goes into your traffic bank. And to manage your actual traffic, this is what's new, is when you get the 100,000 for your traffic pack traffic, you need to allocate the 100,000. When you want to use any of it, you have to allocate it towards the 7 different colors. Okay, so here are the colors, and you have to allocate the entire amount at that time. Okay, you cannot do partial allocations. You have to use the entire amount until you see the 0 amount that's left. Organic traffic is the same as before. It's awarded for when you promote a website from the Choice Network. And incentive traffic, which is new, and what this really is we'll have you actually do blogs and videos and whatnot, and award you for basically promoting your own business. So a lot of people are currently doing it right now. They actually have blogs going out right now, and videos, and now you actually get rewarded for continuing to do what you're doing. And on top of that, you'll actually have I think a lot more people will now start to promote their own business, but now it's more organized, where you could actually have a content management console to submit your blogs, and then we'll be able to say yay or nay. And there's going to be a system in place where your blogs will be read, and to make sure that it is actually a blog. You cannot do something that is against the policies. For example, it can't just be a bunch of links. You can't have your email address in there. It cannot be plagiarized. It can't be copy and paste from another website. There's going to be a long list. And we have the 1 strike rule for this. If you do something against the policy, basically because of the time it takes to do all of the editing and whatnot, it's a 1 strike policy. If you do something against the policy, then you're basically banned from incentive traffic. Okay, so please don't do anything against the policies of incentive traffic. It is something that we're providing for you, and it's a great tool. It's a great feature to use. Just all we're asking is don't abuse it. If you, just follow the rules. That's all we're asking. Okay. And again, same thing for incentive traffic. Any amount that comes in, then you're now able to allocate it into the different color banks. Okay, so your traffic bank. Okay, so now your new traffic bank has categories and separated into 4 different categories, which is your sales credit bank, your traffic pack bank, organic traffic bank, and incentive traffic bank. And the incentive traffic bank will now include the roll-up traffic. And this is something where, to avoid confusion of the current 2.8 system, is that the roll-up traffic was in the general traffic, and it was a little bit confusing. So now that's been rectified. Here's an example and a little screenshot of how they look. Keep in mind that it's only the top part that is in the back office. The bottom is just a chart in terms of what's going to actually happen. So this gives an example of your panel being qualified with a sales credit. Okay, sorry about that. So the Okay, so what happens if you qualify your panel with sales credits? What's going to happen is your sales credit bank goes down 135,000. This example is for a green panel. Okay, so if you notice the panel here is listed as green. So when it goes down, when you qualify, it goes down 135, and your inviter goes up to 67,500 because your inviter now gets a 1 credit, and they need 2 credits for them to qualify. That's what happens. Now, nothing happens to your traffic limit. Okay, your traffic limit remains the same for this example of green and for blue. Now, and the reason being is the limit is strictly for your traffic bank, and I'll explain that in a second here. Now, what happens if you do half qualification of a sales credit and half qualification of a traffic bank? What happens is that your banks will go down the appropriate amount, which is 67,500 each for the sales credit bank and traffic bank. Your limit goes down on green because you're actually using a green traffic pack bank area. Okay, so it goes down, and you're only doing half of it, right? So it goes down 67.5, and it goes up for blue. So you're allowed 2 blues, but in this case you're only doing half, so it's half of 2, which is 1, so equals 45,000 on the blue. And if you think about this, it will soak in. For those of you who are aware of the current system, the numbers haven't changed at all. What has changed is that you have separated banks. That's what's changed. We actually have 4 banks per color, and now you have 7 colors. So in a sense, there's like 28 different banks, and you can draw this chart out for each one of your banks to see exactly how it's going to work. And this is what happens if you use all of your traffic comes from the traffic bank. Then what happens is that your traffic pack bank goes down the amount to qualify your panel, so 135,000, as well as your limit goes down the full green in this case, and it goes up by a full blue, which means half of the qualification needed for, or sorry, to get 2 needed for blue. Okay, so, and then it goes up for the inviter, 67,500, into the traffic bank of the inviter. Okay. Next one here. And this is the next one. Visually it looks the same, but we're on the traffic pack bank. You've noticed here, sorry, the organic traffic bank. You notice here that organic traffic doesn't touch the traffic limit. Important thing to know, guys, is that the limit now is only for the traffic pack bank. So it goes up and down based on usage of the traffic pack bank. And instead of traffic is exactly the same. It will go down if you use it, up for the inviter if you use it. Okay, let's take a peek if there's any questions on this. One question about the roll-up traffic is that it goes into your incentive traffic bank now, so it'll be a little bit clearer. What happens to our remaining traffic packs balance on the 19th? It will be merged into this bank. Okay. Here's a good question. It's not exactly related to this PowerPoint, but it is something we announced before. And the question is, why is the traffic pack fee coming 1 or 2 days earlier than previous? And the reason being is, from a programming standpoint, as you know, the calendar days is either 30 days or 31 days, except for February. And the easiest way to do it from a programming standpoint is to do the transaction every 30 days. Problem is if you had it, for example, on January 31st was your monthly anniversary date, then we try to take the $50 on February 31st. Well, guess what's going to happen in the programming world? There's no such thing as February 31st, so it will not work and it'll bomb out. So what we've done is simply did 30 days exactly. You'll be the next action. That's when the actual time will happen. So if you have January 14th was your day, if you count 30 days from January 14, it'll equal February 13. So you actually will be 1 day prior. And so every month that is 31 days, you'll be 1 day prior. If it's a 30-day month, then it'll be exactly on the same day the following month. And in February, you'll definitely see a couple days discrepancy, and that's the reason why. Okay, so we do it every 30 days. It's a great question, and okay. Can we carry over traffic? I'm not sure what that means. The question means, however, the difference is you need to allocate it into each color bank and then use it accordingly. Right now, because of prior to version 2.9, there's only one bank for everything and just your general traffic, and then everything goes in there. Because we now have, in a sense, 28 banks, you need to put the traffic into the proper bank. For your traffic packs, you'll have 7 different banks, 1 per color, okay? And then you have to put it in those banks first, and then from there take it and qualify the panels as such based on the actual color itself. So it is definitely easier. I mean, the first time I'm going through this presentation, and I do apologize. I think I didn't do a great job explaining it. However, it is definitely easier in terms of the items that we put in to separate it out. Visually is going to be easier and easier to explain for somebody coming in. And for somebody new, I mean, there's always going to be a transition, right? But for somebody new, and if they are taught on the 2.9 method, it'd be a lot easier than being taught on any of the 2 series, 2.8, for example. Okay, if you already are used to the current system, then it's a slight brain adjustment to now think about 2.9. But trust me, it's going to be easier for brand new people and easier for you to close your sales and explanation. Okay, so let's take a look if we have any additional questions here. One thing to mention, is that support, and let me just make sure there's no more slides on this PowerPoint. Oh, actually, sorry, before I move on, there's a couple more slides. Here's half organic, half incentive. You notice the traffic limits don't increase or decrease because it's not being touched. And a couple more slides here, guys. Okay, and to be honest, this slide here really hasn't changed since we launched version 2.0, January of 2012. This may be, this is basically how it works, and this will be made available to you guys as well. Okay, so it has no changes whatsoever. Okay, so nothing new here, but it is definitely good information. New credit types. Okay, so now you're actually going to have a credit per type of qualification, and as well as your half. You could do half of each one. Okay, lock, release, roll. That's just an easy way to remember how the roll-ups work. Once you lock your roll-up panel, it will then release what's inside of it and then roll up. So it'll release the sales credits or whatever type of credits it is, and then roll up. And then the last thing, which is pretty exciting, this is for the executive membership type, is that you're going to have a new VB profile. And what this is, simply put, is that you're able to promote yourself and what you're all about, as well as promote Bands Broker. And it's a platform for you to be in control of. It's like a blog. It is a blog that's geared towards you. You can have a video there. You could have a lot of the comments at the bottom, which you control. So in a sense, you are the administrator of your own blog that is provided for you. And what happens now, what we believe will happen, is we want to populate the internet with thousands upon thousands of these BB blogs about the good experiences that you've had with Bands Broker, some testimonials, the videos that you want to actually show and create. And you can communicate with your audience, with your people, and with the comments below. So we're pretty excited about this BB profile, and it's available for the executive membership type. So for $500, I think you're getting a great deal with your own profile, the VIP support, as well as many of the other tools available for the executive side. Okay, one thing I want to mention is that support now, guys, is caught up in a sense of we are doing support live. 1 second here. Okay. 1 second here, guys. Let's put the slide back up. Okay. So yeah, we're doing support live, guys. So meaning within the same day, anywhere from as quick as 15 minutes to the end of the day, you'll be able to get a response with a ticketing system. The worst case scenario would be 24 to 48 hours. Okay, but it's great news. We've been doing it live since Monday, and that's one thing that people have talked about. It's on various blogs and whatnot that we're behind on support, but we're glad to say that we are pretty much caught up and be able to support all of you guys on a much more frequent basis, or much more a quicker turnaround time. So it's very exciting for that. Okay. And okay, let's make sure. I'm going to take a peek at any last questions here, but we do have to wrap up. We're going on almost an hour now. And let's see if there's anything left. Okay, so guys, just in closing, guys, just scanning through the all these questions here, but in closing, just want to say that once again, I am looking forward to the UK tour coming up. And for people, make sure, do not wait till the last minute. The sales are just going, I can't believe I feel like this is some type of a rock concert where the ticket sales are just flying through the door. But yes, make sure you get your tickets, because there's only a few seats left. Don't be disappointed. If you've already booked your plane or hotel, you don't want to be, come all the way there and be on the outside looking in. So make sure you have everything secured in that regard.